Alright guys, I got some leftover Doom multiplayer gameplay I had for my last commentary, and I'm going to use it for this video, and there's really no sense of relevance to the subject, but I want to talk about my wish list for future Xbox One compatible titles. Basically every month Microsoft is going to announce a couple of games they've been working on to make it work with the Xbox One. The big one that was recently released was Red Dead Redemption, and I never really got into the game, but that kind of inspired me to make this video because that's a highly requested game from the list, and Black Ops 2 is currently the #1 on the list. So let's get into it, shall we? And I will try to add some other reasons rather than the typical quote-unquote, oh, it's one of my favorite games and I spend this amount of hours and so. Like, I'll think of more interesting reasons why I put this game on my wish list. Let's start off with my favorite Call of Duty game, Call of Duty 4. First of all, Infinite Warfare is bullshit with the whole bundled idea, and you only get half of the maps from the original game. So without a doubt, I think it's just bullshit. If people want to play Call of Duty 4 on Xbox One, they should have the rights to buy the original version because it's a better deal, and it won't force you to buy the remastered version, which, you know, the graphics look nice and all that stuff. But at the same time, you know, I'm sure there's people that have little interest or no interest to the new Call of Duty, and not only that, you're not getting all of the content. Here are my thoughts of Infinite Warfare. I really believe this is going to be the end of Call of Duty. The pre-orders have been horrible compared to Black Ops 3, and the crazy amount of dislikes that the game has been getting with its YouTube videos, like the review trailer is the second most disliked video of YouTube. It's pretty crazy that Call of Duty went from being the face of first-person shooters, but it looks like that's going to be a thing in the past. Maybe Battlefield will now take over its place. Who knows? But we will eventually see how Infinite Warfare is going to do in the upcoming months. The next game is Duke Nukem 3D. I'm really surprised we haven't had Duke Nukem 3D compatible on Xbox One, especially how Doom 1, 2, and Wolfenstein 3D have been compatible. But seriously, where's Duke Nukem 3D at? The Xbox Live Arcade has a lot of classic PC first-person shooters in its library, and I believe Duke Nukem 3D needs to be there with Doom 1 and 2. They're all well-done first-person shooters that still holds up really well to this day, and I really believe these games are the best ones that the Xbox Live Arcade has to offer. I also find it weird that the Manhattan Project managed to be compatible, but somehow the biggest Duke Nukem game hasn't yet. Anyways, I hope it will be ported, and I hope it will run well too, because there are some games that don't run that well on the Xbox One due to technical issues with the emulation software. Since I talked a lot about old school first person shooters, the next one on the list is Marathon Durandal. Well, it's not much of a surprise, especially how I spoiled this game as one of my wish lists in my Doom Live commentary video with Call of Duty 4, but I would love to be able to record in HD for Marathon. I remember playing my Xbox 360 version a little bit, basically just kind of testing things out with the monitor, and the game looks really good on my monitor, and I actually get better vertical field of view too. I put this one on the list because I want to have more save slots, because you only have 7 save slots in the 360 version, and it's a reference to Bungie's favorite number, but I think being able to play on Xbox One and have more save slots is great, so I can just jump on certain levels without needing to grind it out, or maybe I need more save slots to experiment certain things without sacrificing a save slot. It sucks that I'm stuck recording with my crappy laptop in the Dazzle when I record Marathon Durandal gameplay, but once the game is playable on Xbox One, I can finally record it with better equipment. The next game is Quake Arena Arcade. I believe this could happen eventually. QuakeCon is coming up, and there are a decent amount of id Software-based games are currently compatible on Xbox One, like all the Doom games and Wolfenstein 3D. So maybe id Software could announce some of the Quake games or all the Quake games on Xbox 360 being playable on Xbox One. But I choose Quake Arena Arcade, and Quake 3 was my first deathmatch FPS-based game I played, so obviously I got a soft spot for Quake 3. But the fact that I know most people who will try to play Quake with the controller is going to struggle so hard compared to someone like me who can actually play it, and I'm going to have so much fun playing this game because I'm going to win a lot of gunfights and just pull off ridiculous stuff that it's going to be a joy for me. I know for sure QuakeCon is gonna have a sale on all its software titles on all platforms, so if its software managed to make this game compatible with Xbox One at the same time, there's definitely going to be a decent amount of players playing, because there's not a lot of people playing the game currently. But every time a QuakeCon comes around the corner, this game is on sale. What that means is I can find games easily. So Quake Arena Arcade, just because I just want to own some for unsuspecting players and to show people what a real arena shooter is like and how it's supposed to be played. The next game is Alice Madness Returns. It wasn't my favorite Alice game, but I prefer this one to be compatible than the original one because it does hold up better. I choose this game because I believe compared to a lot of action adventure games we have lately, or the ones that's currently playable on Xbox One, this one has a lot of style. And not only that, the game didn't get much attention back then. I believe this will be a good second chance for the series to get some more attention because I do enjoy the Alice games a lot, and I do believe there is a place for it to be here. But obviously, it's published by EA, and we all know they're pretty much all about the dollar bills, and yeah, that's why the series has been pretty much asleep. That is all I have to say. There are more, but I don't feel like there's enough prominent reasons I can give compared to these games. Like, I would like to see Shadowrun, which is my favorite Xbox 360 title of all time, but I really don't think the game will interest a lot of people in this day and age because it doesn't really play similarly to a lot of first-person shooters lately, and it does got a steep learning curve for new players. So only 5 games that I truly believe should be ported immediately, not only because I can play them on Xbox One, but also for other people too.